Now this is a new level of sketchiness even for me. This time at the quick speed shop, I'm turning this old box truck, bam, into a shed. Look at that. It was a lot of work. Did I die? I don't know. We'll see if I did, if the video has an ending to it. But you're going to want to stay tuned. It's crazy work here today at the quick speed shop. All right, I'm going to go back in time, but before I start the video, I just want to say thanks to everybody for watching. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It really helps me out a lot to put out content 2 days a week, Wednesdays and Sundays, and some shorts mixed in between. So I really appreciate everybody doing that. Now let's get on to tearing this box truck apart. It was crazy. Well, early good morning here from the quick speed shop. Check it out. I'm Josh. We're back. It's a nice fall day. First thing in the morning, sun's out. It's been super cold here, but now it's going to be nice again up in the 60s and 70s. So I got some outside work to do. Today, we're going to go to this lump back here. You see that? That's my 41 Mercury Coupe I dragged home a couple of years ago. And it's just been derelict under here under a concoction of tarps and car covers and nonsense in the backyard. Well, I've got a canvas garage I want to set up and put in it. So we're going to unbury all this, get the car out, and clean out some more junk in the corner here, and make a spot, put up the canvas garage, and store this thing in a lot nicer environment where it's not just out here in the elements. So I'm going to get uncovering it. Guys, hang on. Here we go. Alright, so I got her uncovered here, and I'm going to show you. I might have dried up already, but oh yeah, it did. Up on the roof, I had those 3 tarps and a car cover on here. When I pulled the car cover off, there was moisture on the roof. So with the car being cold out in the morning, the moisture even got under 3 layers of plastic and put moisture on the roof. That's why it's really a bad idea to cover stuff up with tarps outside, even though this one, I've got it on artificial turf, and then I've got a tarp underneath it so moisture can't come up from the ground. So, and I had a big air gap under it to try to keep the air from getting to it, but it's still, there was still moisture on it, which isn't ever a good thing. That's why it's going to go in the canvas garage. That way it can sit free air and not condense on it. But this car, it's pretty solid. It's got a little bit of damage. There's plates in the trunk. It came from Minnesota, I guess. It was a parts car. It's a 41 Mercury Club Coupe, I think, the long door one, not a business coupe. And as you can see here, there's some rot around the fenders. These are rivets. Somebody actually took galvanized tin and riveted, you see here, galvanized tin inside the wheel wells and the trunk floor. This car was just a driver and got put in a junkyard, you know, when it got done being driven. See here, see the galvanized tin? This is what people used to do back in the day. Just keep their driver going, and somebody made a new trunk floor out of galvanized tin and just kind of laid it in there and riveted some galvanized tin to the inside of the driver quarter. Obviously the passenger side of the car is a little bit better, because the driver's side, if this car sat on the street, which I'm going to guess that it sat on the street because the rot is worse on the driver's side, and that's where the salt would be and stuff like that, road spray. So I'm going to guess that this sat on the street in front of a house, wherever it came from in Minnesota. And then it got put in a junkyard. Unfortunately, the driver's window is missing, and the interior just kind of rotted away from the driver's window being down. You can see on the passenger side, the window is up, and the door panel is pretty much intact. The seat is pretty much intact, but then this seat is just rotted away. It got that way because it sat with a window down for probably 20, 30 years, who knows how long. But the car is not too bad. Under, like, the chassis wise, it's still got original black paint on a lot of the chassis. Got the original transmission. The only thing it's missing is the backing plates, the hydraulic backing plates. Somebody robbed those. And it's also got something kind of cool, this aftermarket spring spreader. Once your spring got wore out and the shackles go out, you put this turnbuckle system on, and it just kind of helps the car, kind of like an overload spring, sort of, I guess. Something you probably bought in J.C. Whitney or something like that, you know, buy it and use the turnbuckles and tighten it up to keep some tension on your shackles. That was kind of an interesting find under the front of the car when I had dragged it home. But I had the front clip for it. It's in the box truck. I'm gonna, once I put it in the canvas garage, I'll reassemble the front clip. But you can see the car was originally maroon. This is the original paint here. It's never been painted. I think it's got red oxide primer on the outside, but the car was originally maroon. You can see original paint. Here's primer going through. So it's an original unrestored car. I'm not sure how many miles are on it. Might be able to see. Can you make that out? I can't even make it out. What we got? 14,386. So I'm going to guess, obviously, that's probably 114,000 miles, which is quite a lot for a 41 Mercury. You know, it got driven quite a lot. So it was probably on the road for a long time. You know, in Minnesota, it's drier, like the Dakotas, Minnesota area, it's drier, so stuff doesn't seem to rot as fast, and that's probably why it's so much intact here. I've got to clean all this junk up in the back, all this stuff, because I'm gonna put another storage unit back there. So I'm gonna drag all that stuff out. I'll probably just do that off camera real fast, and then we'll clean up the area and start assembling the canvas garage. Okay, I think I gotta change the plans here. I was looking at my spot over here. I forgot I didn't have any stone here at all, and I'd really like to, if I set up the canvas garage, have it on stone instead of topsoil, because then the car sinks in the ground. So this is kind of a weird spot, and I'm constantly worried about the branches rubbing on the canvas garage. I think, changed my mind, I'm not going to set it up here. I'm going to set it up on the stone behind me, and I can put the canvas garage where the box truck is currently, which is on crusher run stone, and be a nice, good base for it. The coupe's still over here in the yard. I can't remember if I showed you this yesterday. When I was in the trunk, check it out, Minnesota plates. 1959 was the last time this car was put on the road, so I'm going to guess that was put in a junkyard right around then. I'm going to build a 40s style custom out of this, tail drag it, and I'm thinking about making it a patina beater, put my LS53 in here, but leave it all old on the outside, slam it right on the ground, and make like a patina custom I could just drive as an everyday beater. I think that might be cool, but that's a couple years off probably. So I haven't got as far as I wanted to get. Let's go over here. My box truck. I decided to take the box off the box truck, so I've been messing around with that, and it's quite the fiasco. I could just unbolt it from the frame, but the floor is all rotted out, and it's fiberglass with wood inside it. As you can see, I've been sawing here, see the wheel tubs, and I got it apart. What I got to do is it's screwed to the floor through the sides to these aluminum strips, and the screws are all rotted off. So I got this side pretty much loose, and I've been slowly cutting the other side free. And you see here it screws into the cab, and the cab actually goes in the box. I think I'm going to take a saw and saw right around the whole cab, get it free, and then I'll use some like T111 siding, and I'll put a front wall back in the front of the fiberglass box. But I want to get this thing off. Well, fiberglass is free. Still holding on in there. Still holding on. I probably gotta, there's like some wood across there. I probably just got a couple more pieces cut free and it should go. Uh-oh. Super sketchy, super sketchy. Let me show you what's going on. Got to cut free. Here's down below, double layers of plywood, extremely rotted. The cross bucks are rotted. That's why I didn't take the floor with the box, because it's junk. But I've got it precariously perched. This is super sketchy. I got it sitting on blocks in here, up in the air, just a little bit. The thing I want to try to do is, I've got some of these 2x6s, they're doubled up. I think I want to try to slide them under the truck, or under the box, screw them to the wall so this thing doesn't flex around like that, because I don't want to break the seam there in the center. And then I can keep jacking and get some kind of supports out here underneath it and pull the chassis out from under it. But this box weighs quite a bit with the plywood on the inside stuff and the stud, whatever studs are in the wall. It's pretty heavy, but I think once I get it down on the ground it should be all right. But the truck chassis is coming out like that. Rear cross member rotted right out. The lower section of floor fell right off. It's super junk. Now this is a new level of sketchiness even for me. Is this gonna work? I don't know, let's see. So the box is free here. I've got two 2x6s screwed together. I'll show you the bracing on the inside, but it's perched on some Craftsman metal sawhorses, which I'm sure are overweight now by a lot. The back here, we got kind of like some kind of contraption. On the inside, you see I mounted down here, screwed in the wall, then braced it, and braced this here to keep it from going like that. I think I'm going to add a couple of braces this way to get the truck out from under it. But it is free and kind of hanging here. I got to pull these shelves out. I should have done that beforehand, but I didn't, because that was smart. And the truck should just slide. It's going to be real close to the front. I might have to pick it up just a hair more. But I'm going to get my truck, and we're going to put the winch in the back of it. Just use the winch and just kind of winch this really slow so I can monitor it from close by instead of trying to tow it with a vehicle. Okay, I got my winch hooked up here to the truck. Let's see if it'll pull this box truck. Uh-oh. Woo, it's doing it. You know what I did? I forgot to take all that crap out of the back of the truck. Hold on, I gotta do that. Ooh, fail. Gotta get higher to get over the wheel tubs. Dang it. Oh, cut the filler there. Got that. Shoot, the back is doing, oh. This thing's a little sketchy, The back's doing okay. Got to pick the front end up another like 8 inches. Didn't count for the angle of the back of the truck getting higher. After I cut the tubs off, I still got to jack it up. Way to go. I let most of the air out of the back tires, which helped out a lot. It gave me another few inches of clearance. It should be enough to get out now. Awesome. Alright, our sketch level is even higher. I've got this thing down. It's kind of sitting on my trailer frame here-ish. Very unstable, very heavy. But I want to drive it now this way and turn it 90 degrees and set it down where it's got to go. So we're going to try to do that. I don't know how it's going to work out, but we'll do it and see what happens. Alright, well, here goes nothing. Hopefully this will work. I gotta turn it like 90 degrees either way, whatever way it's gonna fit, and Kirk here with a tractor, so let's try it. A little sketchy. working. I can't see anything back here, so you guys aren't helping out very much because you're not telling me where to go here. Apparently I didn't account for the roof overhang. You guys let me run right into there, but that is close to where I gotta be. I think the best thing to do might just be to get it blocked up and set it down. It'll fit under the overhang once it's down lower off the trailer. And I think the best thing to do is just get it down. I got the skids under it so I can skid it around. I probably got to dig a little stone out there to set it flush. Or because it's got a little bit of a hill. But I think this is going to work all right. Well, holy crap! I did it! Check this out. It's down on the ground here-ish. It's still on my cross bucks. And I got to dig out the inside corner back in here because it's high right there. But the box is on the ground. What a nightmare. I had a catastrophe. I ruined both my my metal sawhorses there. Actually, this one, check this out, this one collapsed and kind of dropped the box on this rear end down here and on my panel truck seat and stuff, but it's in the general location. So now when like I said, I'll dig that corner down. I'm going to get the thing leveled up as best I can. The roof is flat on this, so I'm going to leave it pitched just a little bit so to encourage the water to run off it. And if it ever leaks, I can actually screw 2x4s across the top and put metal roof on it. But here is the van chassis. Over here I had to rearrange some things to get some stuff out of here. So I threw all the trunk, Dodge truck box stuff on the back. But this thing is ready to haul on out of here. I'll tow bar it around, put it up on a trailer. Probably next weekend I'll get rid of it. I have to think of anything I need to get off it, which I don't think is anything. And then I can send it down the road. The Mercury's still over here in the corner. I'm not going to have time in this video to set up the canvas garage, I don't believe, because I've still got all this stuff to pick up, and it's like 3:30 on Sunday. And I got to go to work tomorrow. This is something I wanted to do for quite a while, getting this thing down on the ground and getting rid of the truck chassis. So that was a big win. But I will say that I'm about crippled, and I fluid filmed about 4 vehicles in between this out in the driveway, big box trucks and everything else. So I looking forward to sitting down maybe at midnight tonight. But I've got a huge mess of stuff to pick up. It's a complete disaster. Okay, here we go. I've got the box placed on the ground in its configuration that it wants to go. It's got a little bit of pitch this way, about 1.5 inches, but it's perfectly leveled a long ways. So my thing is, I always wanted to use this for a fence, which it kind of was, but now I can get rid of these stockade fences. So I might mount something on it or paint it or something like that, I don't know yet. But it's level across this way. I had to dig the corner down into the ground here and got it down right there, down to where it is good. So now it's pretty awesome. I'm going to put a floor in it. Pretty much going to get some joist hangers and come across here, put stringers in it. I'm going to put down a tarp right now. I got to blank out the wheel wells so animals don't get under here. But I'm going to put in a tarp to keep the moisture down. And then I'll put 2x4s just across. It's about 6.5 feet wide here. 2x4s, 2 foot on center. Then some OSB for a floor. And that'll be perfect. But this will be a good space to store all my stuff in again. I keep extra sheet metal in here, and then I'm going to store a bunch of wheels and tires in here that I just have been storing outside all over Hell's Half Acre. I can now, I didn't want to get too carried away with the box truck before because I didn't want to have to unload it like super loaded. So now this thing's on the ground, it's more permanent, and I can even put some shelves in here if I wanted to, but I can store it more, you know, permanently and get things how I want it. Oh, almost forgot the canvas garage. We're not going to do that in this video, obviously, because I've run out of time. The weekend's over. But I'll be putting the canvas garage up perpendicular to this, and then putting that 41 Mercury Coupe back inside that, and we'll be good to go with that. So that's it for now, I guess. I'm gonna, before the sun goes down, I'm gonna clean up this area, just kind of store everything in here for now, and shut it down for the weekend. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button for a like, hit the alert button so you get all the latest content, and we'll see you again. Hopefully not moving box trucks again, because that just about killed me. Bam. Here at the Quick Speed Shop. I'm a professional. Don't try this at home.